Hi guys, welcome to Netgate Chemistry. So in quantum chemistry, today we are going to start with the topic of average value or the expectation value. So before starting out with the average value, we need to know what is mean value that we study in mathematics also, right? So first we'll discuss what is mean value. So first of all, if we talk about mean value in mathematics, how we define mean value, it is represented by x bar, right? And how we find out mean value using the formula, that is, so basically this is the formula which we use to find out the mean value, right? x1 f1 plus x2 f2 so on up to xn fn divided by f1 plus f2 plus so on up to fn. So this way we find out mean value. We can represent it like this also. Right, this is also formula for mean value. Here sigma represents the summation, right? So when we put the I values starting from 1 to n, and here also we will get this formula, right? So this is how we find mean value in mathematics. So basically submission is represented by sigma also and integration sign also. So we can also represent this mean value like this. Okay, so instead of sigma we can show it by integration sign also. So what happens here, what I have done is I have multiplied the numerator and denominator by fi star, and I have replaced the sigma sign by integration sign. And what is this d tau? And if you're not able to understand this expression, then you will understand once I discuss the average value. Okay, so basically I wanted to clarify what is mean value and how we can show mean value using this formula and this formula. So this formula you will understand once we start with the average value topic. So now we will start with what is average or expectation value. Now average value is represented by this sign, okay, where a is your observable. So average value is represented by this sign. Now suppose a is any observable, right? And its corresponding operator is this one, a cap. Okay, so how we are going to define the average or expectation value? So suppose if operator of observable, this observable a, and wave function of the motion is not following the eigenvalue equation. Now what is eigenvalue equation, that we will discuss shortly, but right now just listen up to this. That is, if operator of observable, suppose a is any observable and its operator, that is a operator, and the wave function, suppose psi is any wave function of motion, these are not following, that is a operator and psi, these are not following your eigenvalue equation. Eigenvalue equation we will discuss later on. Then we will use the concept of average or expectation value. Okay, if a operator as well as psi are not following the eigenvalue equation, then we will use the formula of average value. This is about the application part of average value. Now what is eigenvalue equation, that we will discuss shortly. So the formula for average value will be a average equals to integration of psi star a operator psi d tau divided by integration of psi star psi d tau. This is the formula for average or expectation value. So if psi is normalized, okay, right now just listen up. If psi is normalized, psi is the wave function. If it is normalized, then what happens? Psi star psi d tau integration is equals to 0. That is, this denominator part becomes equals to 1. Okay, not 0, 1. If psi is normalized wave function. Now what is normalized wave function? That also we are going to discuss shortly, but right now just listen up. That is, integration of psi star psi d tau will be equal to 1. That is, this denominator part will be equal to 1, and this average value will become this one. But remember that if in a question it is given that psi is normalized, only then you are going to have this formula, right? So if psi is not normalized, then you will use this formula. If psi is normalized, then psi star psi d tau integration equals to 1, and you will get this formula, right? So right now you will be having some confusions and some questions, but stay tuned, we will discuss each of these points, right? So after this average value, what you have to remember, when we have an operator, we have any observable a, and we have that its corresponding operator a operator, and a wave function psi. These two are not following eigenvalue equation, which we will discuss shortly. Then we will be using average value formula, right? And if the wave function psi is normalized, then you will use this formula, because when psi is normalized, it follows this condition, right? So now moving ahead with the next topic, which is going to be the normalization, right? Now what is normalization? Because here we are discussing what psi is normalized, then we'll use this formula, so we should know what is normalization, and along with that we'll also discuss what is orthogonality. Okay, so now first we will discuss what is normalization. Now for normalization, what you should know is that whenever we are going to discuss about any wave function, suppose psi is a wave function. So whenever we are talking about any wave function, and this wave function is representing is the wave function of an electron which is moving around the nucleus, right? So this is the nucleus, and an electron is moving around that nucleus, and this movement of this electron is represented by a wave function known as psi. Okay, so what happens, most of the cases wave function of electron which is moving around this nucleus, so this wave function has imaginary values. This wave function is actually imaginary in most of the cases. So what happens, just like we represent the intensity equals to amplitude square, right? Just like we represent the intensity as amplitude square, just like that what we do, we introduce a term known as probability density. Okay, probability density, that is equals to psi square, mode of psi square, because psi is an imaginary function. So what we do, we do the square of it, and we call that term as probability density, right? So what is this probability density? It is probability of finding the particle or the electron which is moving around that nucleus. So because psi was imaginary, so we did the square of it, and it is representing the probability density, that is the probability of finding an electron in a specific region. So you can represent probability density by psi square also, or you can do it psi into psi star mode. Okay, so this could be also be the probability density. Suppose you want to find out the probability density in a specific region, so what you do, you use this formula. Suppose you want to find out the probability density from region x to y. Okay, so the formula will be integration from x to y psi star psi d tau. Okay, so if you want to find out the probability of finding an electron in any region from x to y, you will use this formula, that is, you will use the integration sign. Okay, so if x to y is your desired region, so probability of finding this electron in that region will be given by this formula. Okay, so what is actually happening here is that psi is an imaginary value, right? So psi is an imaginary wave function. So what happens, because it is imaginary, so it is having no physical significance. Now this is all about the probability of finding this electron. Now what is normalization? Once you know the probability of finding an electron in any region, it's very easy to understand what is the normalization of this wave function, that is psi. So talking about normalization, so if this probability of finding an electron in any region is equals to 1, right? If this overall value of psi star psi d tau in region of x to y is equals to 1, then we say that the wave function psi is normalized wave function. Okay, probability of finding an electron around any region from specified from x to y is given by integration of x to y psi star psi d tau. And if this probability of finding electron in region x to y comes out to be 1, then that means the wave function psi, which is over here, is normalized wave function. That means what? In region from x to y, you are going to find that electron somewhere. That is, it is sure shot that the electron is present in that region from x to y. So the wave function that is normalized, it tells that from region x to y you are going to find out the electron somewhere, right? So this is about the concept of normalization, that is, you are going to get a specific region in which you are going to find an electron, right? So this overall value when comes out to be equal to 1, the wave function is normalized. So this is normalization, right? So if psi is not normalized, right, then we must have to normalize that wave function, right? So in quantum mechanics, the wave functions should always be normalized. If the wave function given to you is not normalized, then you have to first normalize that wave function. So this is all about the normalization, right? In the next video we are going to find out what are orthogonal wave functions, and then we will continue with the topic of eigen value, right? So we have discussed here also, right, that a operator and psi, if they are not going to follow the eigenvalue equation, then we are going to use the concept of average value. So we should know what is eigenvalue and what is eigenvalue equation. So here we were discussing about normalization, that we have discussed. Here we discussed about the eigenvalues, so that we are going to discuss in the next video. So far that's it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can comment down below. So far that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.